We open on a teenager redlining a rusted Camaro through the neon-lit streets of 1980s Miami. Cut to a high school gym where an underweight rustler fights to stay off his back. Then to a quiet suburban porch where a father tells folktales to his children as the sun sets. The first scenario is a gritty urban noir. A young reporter named Ben James navigates the palm trees and Art Deco architecture of the South Beach Strip, hunting a lead on an exiled foreign princess. The second is a high-stakes sports drama. Michael, a sophomore with a winless record, faces a varsity match that feels like a life-or-death struggle. The third is a quiet domestic slice of life. A father sits back after a long shift at an engine repair shop, feeding his kids and sharing stories to help them make sense of a difficult day. On the surface, these stories share nothing. They use different tropes, settings, and tones, yet they all rely on the same psychological blueprint to make their worlds feel compelling. Peel back the muscle cars and the wrestling singlets, and you find a single 2,500-year-old fingerprint. Modern writers use the structural DNA of ancient Greece to build their heroes, shape their monsters, and establish their narrative traditions. The monsters in the shadows and the courage on the mat remain unapologetically Greek. Take that Miami noir narrative. It presents as a standard crime caper. The author uses 1980s pop culture as a disguise. The reporter wears a Black Kiss t-shirt and jokes about Ronald Reagan, distracting us from the story's actual antagonist. Strip away the hotel security and the modern metropolis. The reporter finds a trail of realistic stone statues left behind by the elusive princess. This royal is Medusa, and those massive bodyguards serve as a containment crew, ensuring no one accidentally meets her gaze. Moving Medusa to a modern city forces the audience to confront an ancient terror within a familiar urban ecosystem. Authors can bypass the need for new horrors by weaponizing humanity's oldest mythological fears. In the teen sports drama, Michael, a 113-pound wrestler, steps onto the mat against a much stronger opponent, paralyzed by self-doubt. Under the gym lights, Michael relies on a psychological anchor, the ghost of Spartan king Leonidas. This data shows the odds Leonidas faced at Thermopylae, where 300 Spartans stood against a wave of 100,000 Persians. Leonidas's refusal to surrender, encapsulated in the phrase molin labe, provides Michael with a mental framework to endure physical hardship. By internalizing this ancient resilience, Michael transforms a one-sided match into a successful test of his own character. Leonidas serves as the scaffolding Michael needs to find his own worth during the struggle. Finally, in the suburban domestic story, a father tells his children the violent myth of the Calydonian Boar hunt. From above, the actual Greek pantheon of ancient gods watches from the clouds, critiquing the father's storytelling for its historical and mythological accuracy. This narrative structure borrows the Greek method of oral epic storytelling. Historically, these bloody myths functioned as a tool to bond families and prepare children for the inherent unfairness of the world. The Greek oral tradition remains a foundational mechanism for humans to pass down moral complexity. We often treat these ancient influences as history, but in fiction, they remain an active, living framework. By exploring our primal fears and triumphs, the Greeks mapped the human condition, creating templates that writers still follow. Modern authors build upon these existing mythological foundations, updating the external setting while carefully keeping the underlying narrative mechanics intact. The gods and monsters of antiquity simply changed clothes to live forever in our modern genres.